Let me ask you something. Do you think we're a good team?
Of course. I just wish I knew what we had to do to prove it to everyone else. We check the perimeter, snoop a little, we find nothing, we bail.
No snake has set foot in Zootopia in forever.
There's a snake!
Stop in the name of the law!
Hello, Patrick.
Hello, Jana.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Better now.
Thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you and to talk about Zootopia, which is like a global success. You know what I mean? What do you think people love that much Zootopia, especially Zootopia 2?
Well, it's just a giant fun universe of all the different, one of the things I think they capture in those Zootopia films is the different personalities of all the different animals, whether, it's a zebra and a police officer, or a water buffalo who's the police chief, or, Mr. Big who's a mole rat, but very dangerous, It's just so much diversity and fun that way. And so I find it also the pace. There's a tremendous pace to these films, and yet there are still those moments in the Zootopia movies that breathe, between the bunny and the fox.
Yes, exactly.
The bunny and the fox.
Which everybody loves that,
Yeah.
including me.
Yeah.
So, what was about, the Mayor Brian that got your attention, and what do you like the most about him?
Well, there are a number of things. This beautiful stallion whose name is Brian, and it's also, a martial arts star. Now he's the mayor. Right off the bat, we've got some groundwork. We've got a foundation for, a big, absurd horse mayor, and then it's time to have some fun.
Yeah, he's such a. I think the movie has this message of second chances and all this. What do you think, that can teach the kids? Because that, I think the movie is not just it's for the kids, but also for us. But how do you think, like, the big message?
Sure, and one of those other messages is, is inclusion, and how the snakes, I remember when the first time I saw it, I didn't trust the snake, but he was cool. So there are those messages, but it's not, even though the messages are there and it helps give the heart and soul of this film, because there's substance there. Now you can have all the fun in the world as you make this journey, and you're able to accomplish a number of different things. So I do think that's one of the reasons why it's a huge hit, and our friends in China.
Exactly. Do you have a favorite moment of your character, or a favorite moment of the movie something that you like the most?
I say, I think the funnest character for me to watch is, Maurice LaMarche, his work on Mr. Big, and those are fantastic. Personally, for me, I think my favorite scene was when Winddancer, publicly says Chief Bogo is dead, and then he says, "Those are words I'm glad I don't have to say," because that was just fun to do that ridiculous run. I might have to soon. He does not look good. The doctors are a little weirded out. And then just move on. And so I love that. And I thought it was fun, the scene, where Winddancer is in the office with Linksley and very nervous. Yes, that was a fun scene too, yeah.
That's great. You've been doing voice work for quite some time. You did like B-movie, and which was my first movie. The first movie that I covered in my career was B-movie.
Okay.
And you did B-movie.
Yeah.
So it's been a while that you've been doing this. You know what I mean? And then sharing your talent as well on screen. What was like for you? what do you like the most? Like doing the voice work or doing like acting on screen?
They're so different, it is impossible to compare. What I appreciate about doing voice work is seeing everything come together and what the animators have done and the storytellers and how they've, brought it all together. Nobody does that better than Disney. So to get to see a finished project on a Disney film is just so satisfying and rewarding to be a part of that, especially if you're a Disney adult like I am. There, I said it. You can break that story, yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay. I don't know if you're breaking it, but yeah. So there's that. Live action is an entirely different thing. Sometimes you can do live action that's almost like doing an animated project. I did a live action version of The Tick years ago. That was bigger than life. I had antennas that moved, and I was this, this character who was literally a live action character as big as an animated character. That was a lot of fun. But I loved doing it all, the serious stuff like, The Woman Chaser, which is, I don't know if you know, that was an interesting sort of artsy film I did years ago, or, The Dish, this a fantastic Australian film I did with Sam Neill. These are live action films where you walk away and you have, sort of the same amount of satisfaction. They're just very, very different experiences,
I love it. I appreciate your career, and I think it's amazing everything that you do. Anything new coming up soon for you that you can talk about?
Yes, we may have a surprise or two. I don't even know if I'm allowed to mention it. It is out right now, right about Soarin'. Yes. So, being that this is the 250th, it's the semi-quincentennial of this great country, we're doing something special with Soarin'. So it will be Soarin' across America, and there may even be another surprise or two that I can't talk about in regards to that. So that is coming up. I was just King Bacchus at Mardi Gras, great honor. I was on a float in front of 150 million people. I made an epic king speech, if I could be so humble as to say. That was fun, and I'm off tomorrow to shoot some comedy shows in Boise, then I go to Miami to work on a film, then I go to Arizona, and then I go to what I have, which is, one of the most important things I've done in my life. I started an event for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital 16 years ago, which is the #1 event in the nation for St. Jude, and it's a huge undertaking, and I will be glad in about a week and a half after that whole week is done and a success. So that's what I've got going on right now.
Amazing. And if you have time, one day you should go to Brazil to visit there.
I would love to go to Brazil.
Yes,
My son has been to Brazil, and I've not.
You should go.
Yes.
Ana, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time.
Muito obrigada.
But I want to say that.
Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigado.
Obrigado.
Muito obrigado.
Yes.
All right. Well, back at you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Come on.
Okay.
Yes, we hug.
We hug. Brazilian hugs all the time. If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.